how there's both hope and fear at the same time. You know the world's waking up, but at the same time you know that you're also in this shit. When you're being warned in a friendly manner by Muslims themselves that you need to wake the fuck up. Like that again is both hopeful and terrifying at the same time. And that is exactly where we are. There's a person called A Khalifa on X, and he's from Dubai, and he's written a post that's had currently up to 236,000 views and climbing. And he said, Europe needs to wake up. You're becoming a safe haven for extremist figures and organizations like the Muslim Brotherhood and others. They operate freely and actively demonize moderate Muslims, your true allies. Pay attention before it's too late. Now, I know some of us may have an issue with the last part that he said, some of us won't, but it's like I say, it's got real traction. And a lot of people, I mean, a lot of what he said you may see is obvious, but the fact of who it's coming from, um, and someone says here, the UAE banned the Muslim Brotherhood in 2012, Saudi Arabia banned them in 2014, Egypt banned them in 2013, and I know it's not as simple as that. It's like people say Turkey is a democratic country, and that is technically true, technically, but and other people love Turkey now. But I went there, and I didn't go just as a holiday maker. I went with the Turkish guys, which was quite scary because they took me down all the back alleys and everything else where it wasn't like a holiday. It was pretty rough, and they hated Americans. All of them hated Americans, and like they were the idea to them of killing an American was a this was what 20 years ago. It was a thing that they would look they would want on their record, if you like, on their resume. Not so much the British, or at least they didn't say the British, but also there was just the Islam was massively strong there. Like the prayer time was all the time. You know the way they are. I don't know how they time their prayer times in Islam, but it was constant. Yeah. And just the way it was at night, they didn't want us out there at night. It was their kind of territory and everything else. And there was just a lot about, if you've seen the way Turkey's politics works, there's a lot about, again, it is technically democracy, but it's always teetering between Islam and democracy. Like, so even in a place like Turkey that we go on holiday to, you can see a lot of the things that are wrong, and the way the women are treated. You can see a lot of the things that are wrong. Not everywhere in Turkey, but in a lot of places that I've been to, especially when you go behind the veneer. So we all know that a lot of these countries are trying to modernize, and they're trying to make themselves look viable for 2026. So I'm not saying everything this guy says is perfect, and the comment about the moderate Muslims, we've talked about them, and I've said to you, a lot of moderate Muslims aren't so moderate because they're part of the onion that protects the dangerous middle. But there are decent people out there, and the reason why you don't hear about so many of them is because it's why one of the reasons why I created the hashtag share the risk is because some of the Muslims that are prepared to speak out, like people like Ayan Hirsi Ali and people like that. I mean, they're few, and they're instantly put under death threat. People know this, that if you leave Islam, you're an apostate. You're sentenced by death. And you've got people like Ayan Hirsi Ali who've come out, people like that. But generally speaking, that's why you need to stand with these people if they're prepared to stand up. And that's why I'm reading this guy's post out today, because not many of them feel safe enough to do it. And the more and more we go forward. So the biggest thing that, in my mind, that could destroy Islam isn't fighting it with shield and sword. That will just hold, in my opinion, that will hold it off and push it back, but it will never destroy it. But the thing that could change Islam forever is people. If we can hold them off, even push them back, and they keep taking on the Western money ideas and things like that, which they are, which is why more and more of them are getting fat and happy in this country. It's why more and more of them don't want to fight. Then you may actually end up making them want to change their own religion. Like I said, a lot of people in this area I'm in now have abandoned it because they've been cut off from the line, from the There's no central power base, but from all, if it's all communications, when they cut off from that, they seem to just be cut off completely. I didn't realise this, how cut off they become. And they just seem to, not everybody, but some people just seem to just drop a lot of things gradually. But over time, there's someone I've known who's been over 10 years now. They've gone from being someone that would call themselves a Muslim but not really practice it to never even, yeah, just not even caring about it now. So I see one of their biggest dangers to Islam being the almost like the War of the Worlds ending, and that is that they get destroyed from within inside just by more modern ideas that everybody wants, like the women of Saudi Arabia. You know, they not just got given some rights, but they've been expecting and wanting those rights for ages, and quite rightly they want more. And that's only a beginning they're making over there. So I'm not like giving these countries credit because they should have done this a long time ago. But I do believe that they want to join in the party, and I do believe that they'll do what they have to join up. But they may not be sincere at first, but once you start getting people high on good things, it grows into your culture. So Islam may be destroying itself in its own way by indulging. That I find that an interesting concept, but I've been seeing more evidence of it over the last, I don't know, couple of months. Doesn't mean, by the way, that we should just sit here and let everything happen, because we do. We're still done for. I'm just saying that we, if it ended up in a war with Islam, we could push them back, blah blah blah. But they'll never stop being Islam. But the thing that might change Islam forever is the people in it, and I honestly do see that coming. The way things are going, and I never did before. But there's just too many coincidences I've seen that make me think that either someone's doing it deliberately from the inside, or um, or it's just happening. Like it's happening to them. Whilst attacking a culture, they've ended up being affected by it. But just to put things back into perspective, what's happening? Trending, Starmer again, Sharia trending, Third Temple, United States trending, and Stone Mountain. So those are the trending things on Twitter at the moment. But yeah, Sharia is still up there. So certainly not out of the woods. I'm just wanting to share this post because you know when you got people in Dubai, and Dubai I know a lot of people go to, but you know what they're going through at the moment. Um, you got people in Dubai telling you, hey, stop being so Islamified. You know we've got problems. So I just thought I would share that with you. Tom Fury, Zero News, call it day for now.